Ladies and gentlemen, people of all nations and of every kind, how exactly do you find your meaning in life? How do you find that true and ultimate purpose for being alive on the face of this earth? How do you discover your higher calling that everyone talks about? Well, in today's video, guys, those are the exact types of questions that we are gonna be discussing. But before we go any further, go ahead and smash the like button if those are the kinds of questions that you would like answered in your own life, and if you appreciate this kind of content. Now, it goes without saying that this is an extremely debatable and objective topic, and my only true purpose for making this video is to serve valuable and real insights for the people that could use them. Not only that, but because every person is unique and different, just like yourself, it would also be impossible for me to give you a one-stop solution to some of these questions that you're searching for. But luckily for you, you're listening and seeing someone who can confidently say that they have found and discovered their purpose. And so you're in relatively good hands. But I must warn you, even when you have found your purpose, there's a lot of work to do. So that's just a disclaimer up front. But in this video, I don't want to talk as much about myself as I do want to talk about Viktor Frankl, the author of Man's Search for Meaning. Viktor lived an incredibly inspiring life, and he devoted most of his life to finding the answers to some of these questions that we all yearn to discover. Viktor Frankl is an Austrian neurologist, psychologist, and psychiatrist who is also a Holocaust survivor. So I'm pretty sure some of the things he has to say are pretty relevant. Now, I'm not gonna bore you with every detail of the book, but essentially it's broken up into two parts where Viktor talks about his realities of being in a concentration camp and the things that took place there. In part two of the book, he does an amazing job of actually escaping himself as a victim and then reanalyzing himself as a psychiatrist pretty much throughout the rest of his life. If you know about the book, or if you know about Viktor Frankl, it's very popular. It's very easy to think that he may have been biased based on his experiences, but in my opinion, I think he does an insanely great job of staying unbiased in the end of the book and really not playing a victim card. All right, now let's get into the good stuff. So, Viktor's main concept that he spent his whole life developing was called logotherapy. Logotherapy? I've been calling it logotherapy in my mind, but essentially this is a concept that is based on the premise that man's primary motivational force is to find meaning in his life. Now, whether you believe this premise to be true or not is clearly up to your discretion, but I'm pretty sure that most of us would desire to lead happy, fulfilled, purposeful lives. So, logotherapy, according to Viktor Frankl on page 144, says there's three avenues to finding your meaning in life. The first would be by creating a work or doing a deed. The second is experiencing something or someone. He elaborates to say this could also be love. Third and lastly, and he also says most importantly, is finding meaning through suffering. And I think that's where a lot of people would think he's biased in that regard because of what he went through in his life and the suffering that he endured. But he clearly states these three avenues on 3 pages, and then on page 147 and pretty much till the end of the book continues to give examples on why suffering is such a profound way of finding your meaning. Again, some people might claim that he's biased in that regard because of the extreme brutal realities that he faced in his own life. And because the harsh reality is that pain is a way of discovering meaning. Although I think for me, it's important to understand that they're not directly related. It's more about your reaction to that pain and those things in your life that really determine the outcome. It's that moment where you choose to rise above the pain that is happening, and then somehow the purpose is revealed to you later. What's amazing about reading authors and really reading and writing in general is the fact that you get to take these people's experiences and opinions and ideologies and really mesh them all with your own. And what I can't help but notice is that when I think upon my life, that it is the painful experiences that have really changed me the most and caused me to grow the most as a person. And for me, I've been through several painful experiences that have revealed multiple purposes for me. We all have bad things happen to us on this earth. Those are facts. Some things in your life may appear to be far better or far worse than other people, or you may see yourself somewhere on the spectrum, but rest assured, everyone's got their own set of issues. But it's how you choose choose to respond to your set of problems that will make the difference in your life, because no one else has your life with your problems and your mind and everything else. And whatever realities you're facing right now, they're probably no worse than what people have faced before you. But if it were you and me sitting down, you said, hey Matt, how can I find my purpose and my meaning in life? There's probably a few things I would tell you too. And based on my own personal experience, I would say practice your personal development. Work on yourself. Practice good, normal daily habits if you haven't already. Good habits that keep you fit mentally and physically. I would also inevitably tell you that I have been faced with hardships where I had the choice of either wallowing in what was happening or rising above and seeing what I could do about it to become better and keep going. And honestly, guys, I think that's one of the biggest things when something painful and bad is happening, is just for a moment when you're able to escape yourself and see how you could actually use this for the better instead of it really ruining everything. I would tell you that you probably need to practice being alone and enjoying your own company. I would tell you need to practice solitude. I would definitely advise you to be completely sober for at least a few months at a time in your life. Most importantly, I would tell you to pray for your purpose to be revealed to you. And if you told me that you've never prayed before, I would tell you that you should start praying, because you have to develop that relationship with your spiritual power. Lastly, I would advise you to start creating things, whether you create with a paintbrush or a camera or a keyboard, a hammer, whatever it is for you. Start creating something of value to serve and help other people, because something amazing and beautiful happens when you do that. And I think in that, your purpose is revealed as well. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to upload as many videos as I can with everything else I got going on. Dad to a 3-year-old. I've got an online store that I'm working on, and of course, practicing filmmaking and other things with you guys. So thank you again. Have an amazing day. You guys are all amazing. Again, like and subscribe if you got any value at all out of this. Put a link below for the book if you'd like. And I'm also just started another Brendan Burchard book that you've probably heard of, but I might do a little series on that. And yeah, have an amazing day. I will see you soon.